Buenos dias from Gracia. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 25th of April, 2024. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. Let's kick off with the Basque regional elections. Left-wing coalition of Basque separatists made historic gains, but couldn't surpass the votes of the ruling Basque National Party, or PNV. PNV secured first place with 27 seats, just over 35% of the vote, while the left-wing separatist party Euskal Herria Bildu, or EH Bildu, gained 20 seats and just over 32% of the vote. EH Bildu's rise was less sharp than predicted. Still, the party celebrated its record results as an indication of its growing appeal, despite critics mentioning its imperfect past and former members' links who were part of ETA associated with terrorism in the past. Continuing with the Basque elections, the PNV and the Basque Socialists will renew their coalition, reflecting their shared goal of stability despite shifts in parliament towards more nationalist and left-wing sentiment. The coalition will have a majority in the 75-seat parliament, with the PNV's 27 seats and the PSEE's 12. Ain't so rosy for Spanish President Pedro Sanchez this week. On Wednesday, the 23rd, he published a letter to the public telling citizens he needed to consider whether he would continue to lead the central government after a legal investigation into his wife came to light, something he says has been fueled by far-right-leaning parties Vox and PP in a bid to attack him from all sides. In the letter, he said he would be halting his public duties for the rest of the week after a Spanish court launched an investigation against his wife, Begoña Gomez, accusing her of alleged corruption. Very modest accusations, by the way. On Monday, the 29th, he said he would appear before the media to let them know his final decision. Moving on, the EU is putting pressure on all EU countries, particularly Greece and Spain, this week to supply Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine as Western allies bolster Ukrainian defenses against Russian attacks. EU officials have stressed the importance of continued support while the U.S. approves additional aid for Ukraine. Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, confirmed that member states possess adequate systems that could be shared without compromising their own security. Spain and Greece face calls from the EU to commit their resources because they are further away from Russia, while countries like Romania and Poland face less pressure due to their proximity to the country. Next up, the Fresnet Group, one of Spain's largest wine producers, has announced plans to temporarily suspend over 600 workers due to a severe drought impacting Catalonia. Ongoing drought has adversely affected grape harvests, which are crucial for producing cava, the sparkling wine similar to champagne, which is Fresnet Group's best-selling product. The company will turn to an ERTE scheme starting in May, allowing workers to receive state benefits during their time away. Despite reporting strong financial results for 2023, a 4% increase in turnover from the previous year, and rising sales in sparkling wine and spirits since 2022, Fresnet couldn't meet the growing global demand for cava due to the drought. Keeping with drought updates, Catalonia is addressing its drought by installing a temporary floating desalination plant in Barcelona's port, supplementing Europe's largest permanent desalination facility already in use. This new plant is considered more cost-effective and sustainable than importing water by ship. At its very basic level, the plant will take seawater and turn it into pure water without salt that regional services can use for showering, washing, and even drinking over short periods of time. The plant will start operations in October and enhance Barcelona's water security by producing 40,000 square meters daily, accounting for about 6% of the city's consumption. The plant should help delay or reduce the need for further water usage restrictions. After over a year of relying on tanker trucks for potable water, 80,000 residents of the northern Sierra in Córdoba can finally drink from their taps again. Regional government of Andalusia confirmed that water from the Sierra Boyera reservoir was once again safe to consume. Authorities said it previously contained high levels of organic carbon, possibly caused by man-made substances or organic materials seeping into the water supply, which can lead to adverse health problems if the water isn't treated properly. However, as it's been declared safe to consume, the news marks the end of a long-standing water crisis exacerbated by severe drought and poor government funding. A spokesperson for the United for Water platform, Miguel Aparicio, said there was a lack of transparency from regional government services. Van Oord, a Dutch contracting company, has successfully completed the largest beach restoration project in Spain's history south of the Port of Valencia, restoring 7 kilometers of coastline that have been progressively eroding since 1965. The company utilized its largest suction dredger machinery to deposit 3.3 million cubic meters of sand, extending beaches to 150 meters wide. Additionally, 2 breakwaters were extended to help mitigate future erosion. This restoration effort also included ecological enhancements, such as the formation of new dunes through the strategic placement of sand and thousands of plants. Now to the Canary Islands, where thousands of locals have protested against over-tourism, advocating for temporary limits on tourist arrivals. Demonstrators supporting a tourism model shift believe current practices do not benefit the region and contribute to higher living expenses. Various environmental groups organized protests on Saturday the 20th as part of a broader call for sustainable tourism across Canary Islands. It's a major tourism destination. It attracted nearly 14 million visitors in 2013, prompting calls for better controls on tourism growth. According to data gathering platform Statista, 2 million residents welcomed, quote, almost 1 million more tourists in 2023 than pre-pandemic figures. The increase in tourism has come during a season of short-term holiday rentals in the lead up to summer. Due to the complaints, local authorities are responding with legislation to regulate short-term rentals. In energy news, Spanish utility company Iberdrola plans to shut down its 7 combined cycle glass plants in the country within 4 to 5 years, aligning with its zero emissions target. Iberdrola's zero emission target for energy generation and consumption is set for 2030, and the company asserts that closing these plants is essential to meeting its environmental goals. However, whether these plants will be used for something else or left abandoned is not clear. Iberdrola said it's investing in energy storage solutions, including pumped storage hydro, which relies on energy generation through water reservoirs. So far, they've said it's allocated 1.5 billion euros in its transition to a cleaner energy plan between 2024 and 2026, expecting to increase this figure by 2030. Wonder what they're planning to do with all that real estate. Sports news on Sunday the 21st, El Clásico football match between Real Madrid and FC Barcelona resulted in Barcelona campaigning for a disallowed goal after they lost the match. Real Madrid beat Barcelona by scoring a last-minute goal, ending the match 3-2. However, Joan Laporta, Barcelona's president, has requested videos and audio evidence from the Spanish Football Federation because of a disallowed goal through the VAR system. The VAR system allows referees to watch match footage back in real time and make a more informed decision with some trickier football rules. Xavi, Barcelona's head coach, described the disallowed goal as maximum injustice. And finally, Madrid Day, or Fiesta de la Comunidad de Madrid, is set to go ahead on Thursday, the 2nd of May, marking the uprising against French troops on the 2nd of May, 1808. Madrid Day is a public holiday for the autonomous community where schools, businesses, government offices are closed. Be lots to see and do across the city. Police and military parades, street parties, communal meals, and local celebrations in districts across Madrid and the region. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Any listeners, we have an unusual request for you. You ever had to choose a restaurant or go to a movie or something with a group of friends or family, and it was not so easy to choose where to go or what to watch? It took a long time. It was just difficult, maybe a bit unpleasant or divisive. Rorschach is working on a way to make that easier. If you're interested, we can use your help. If you want to help us out or try out our solution, let us know at info, I-N-F-O, at Rorschach.com. That's R-O-R-S-H-O-K.com. And thanks. Hasta la próxima.